The case for today's build has taken the ITX gaming world by storm. But before we delve into the tiny Fractal Terra case, I'll walk you through the rig we decided to put into this mini PC. Let's talk about the motherboard first. I've gone with the ASUS ROG Strix B650E gaming Wi-Fi. This board is designed for the latest AMD processors, and it's feature rich, especially for an ITX motherboard, so it's perfect for this small form factor build. Now it's time for the CPU. I have specially selected the AMD Ryzen 7 7800X 3D. Naturally, with an ITX build, a massive factor is managing temperatures. Accordingly, this can exclude a bunch of CPU options. The 7800X 3D, however, is perfect for a mini gaming PC. This chip, despite its enormous gaming performance, which has seen us rank it as our go-to chip for a high-end gaming PC, has an insanely low power draw. Thanks to that, combined with its incredible efficiency, this chip is very easy to cool, which for us makes this CPU not just the best high-end gaming chip, but also our choice as the best processor for a small form factor build like this as well. Now we can lock in the storage behind this build. I'm installing a 2TB Lexar NM790. This SSD has compelling price to performance. It's a fast and efficient M.2 NVMe that doesn't burn a hole in your pocket. I have finished off this stage of the motherboard installation with 32GB of low profile DDR5 RAM. Selecting a cooler for ITX builds is always a bit more challenging than usual, managing the size of the cooler that can fit in this especially tiny case, whilst keeping the chip in this build cool definitely limits your options. Thus, I've gone with the ID Cooling IS55. This cooler is tiny, but still with plenty of heat pipes to manage temps in this build, and we'll be combining this cooler with a Noctua fan to get a slight improvement in thermal performance. Now I can move on to the real showstopper for this build, the Fractal Terra Mini ITX. This case has been the talk of the town lately in gaming hardware. I must give some real credit to Fractal for this chassis. The exterior of the build looks really good and has some unique characteristics to manage noise and temps. The Terra is a sandwich case with removable gull wing doors that feature a slat design on both of these thick metal panels, providing enough airflow through this build to cool the GPU on the one side and the CPU cooler on the other. Fractal obviously drew inspiration from the formed T1. However, the Terra with its wood front is different than the all-aluminium exterior of the T1. It has a much more organic look, which is refreshing if that's what you're into, like me. Once I've installed the GPU riser cable, I can fit the power supply. I've gone with the Corsair SFX 851. With 100% Japanese capacitors, this is one of the best SFX power supplies. It's now time to unbox the gaming power behind this rig, the ASUS ProArt RTX 4070 Ti Super. This ProArt GPU has a space-saving design. It is 2-slot, fairly rare for a higher-end 40 series graphics card, so it's perfect for fitting into this mini ITX case, ensuring there's a big enough gap between the panel perforations and the GPU fans to minimize temperatures. Aesthetically, this GPU fits this build as well. The ProArt GPUs have a minimalist design, rooted in clean lines and contoured surfaces, without the LEDs. It's in some ways the GPU choice for the grown-ups. This PC will double as a productivity and content creation rig, and the best graphic cards are not limited to the gaming community, so ProArt GPUs like this one are perfect. They're stylish, quiet, and compact, ideally suiting professional contexts, but it will still tear through games at maximum settings. As you can see, this PC is complete. This is our super compact but super premium and also super fast mini PC. Now that this build is complete, I'll run this PC through some GPU stress tests to see where temperatures will land. I'm expecting pretty reasonable temps, as ProArt GPUs are noted for their excellent thermal performance. With the GPU side panel removed and stressing the GPU on firmark for 30 minutes, the GPU temps peaked at 60 degrees. Once the PC has cooled down, I have reattached the panel and I'll conduct the same test to see if there's an impact on temps. Surprisingly, the GPU temps peaked only 1 degree higher at 61 degrees. Well, that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this build and test, and I'll hopefully see you back here soon.